This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 624 of The Couch. We have got an amazing show today. Lots of great guests for you to meet. Let me tell you what's happening. We're going to talk to a great foundation that's doing amazing things in the community for women and also for men as well. Broken Crayons Still Colour Foundation. We'll be talking to the founder and director, Rach Mack. Stay tuned for that. Later we've got the Perth Arena people coming in to tell us all the events that are coming up at the arena in the next month or so. We're also going to try and give away another trip to Singapore for 2 people thanks to Scoot. Later on, we're going to be talking about Cinefest. That's coming up very soon in August. We'll tell you more about that. And we're doing some cooking with Piadina della Nonna, Igor. He's coming in. And finally, we're talking about a brand new youth radio station that's online right now. It's called Youth Jam Radio, run by kids and much more. Please stay with us. This is The Couch, episode 624. Starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Welcome to The Couch, only on Foxtel. And Sonia did remind me, Marnie's coming in to talk about Amazon as well. We've got a huge show. To open the show today, we've got a lovely lady. She's from New Zealand, but she's living here in Australia. Her name is Maera Paki, and she's got a beautiful song called Teardrop. Here she is.
Birds fly by, and I sit at the table, holding, drinking from the cup in my hand. And as I sit there, I'm wondering, why do I wait here for the phone to ring? 'Cause I walk, your thoughts seem to follow me. When I hide, they always seem to uncover me. When I try, know that you can see that there are lonely teardrops falling inside of me. I can count one hand when you made me smile. Stay there. I thought you might change right there in front of my eyes. You used my heart to claim your fame. No longer will I hang my head in shame. 'Cause I walk and no thoughts seem to follow me. I hide, they always seem to uncover me. When I try, I know that you can see that there are lonely teardrops falling inside of me. I wasted enough time on someone else but me, yeah. But now it's my time to shine. I'm gonna shine. 'Cause I walk and the thoughts seem to follow me. 'Cause I hide, they always seem to uncover me. When I try, know that you can see that there are lonely teardrops falling inside of me. That there are lonely teardrops falling inside inside of me, that there are lonely teardrops falling inside of me.
And that is an original song too. Well done. And that is Mayra Paki. She said you've got to roll the R's. So Mayra. I think I got it right. Yep, she's happy with that. We'll see her at the end of the show as well with another fantastic original. But first up on the Couch Show, we're talking to a wonderful lady. She's the founder and director of a fantastic organisation called Broken Crayon Still Colour. And she's here with us today. Rach Mack, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Tell me a little bit about your story before we talk about the foundation.
Sure. So I'm a single mum of twins, boy-girl twins, and I've been married, divorced, I did all that. And then I was on the dating scene and I swiped right on Tinder and got into a relationship with a man who I was absolutely 100% so in love with. It was so passionate. My castle started to crumble over a period of time, but after a year was when things started getting physical, and he became extremely violent towards me, not just mentally, but the physical abuse was just horrific. And I'd never been in that situation before. I'd never grown up with it.
Did you tell anybody that this was going on?
Not initially.
So that was obviously out of fear, or you thought it was
It
better
was
not
shame.
to? Shame.
For me, I was so ashamed that this had happened to me. And it was also like, I thought, okay, a one-off. He's lost his temper, my mouth was sassy, whatever I'd said or had put him over the edge.
You blame yourself to start with.
I did.
When did you come to the point where you said, no, it's not my fault, it's his fault?
When I realised that no matter what I was doing, whether I was being more loving, more kind, more affectionate, nothing I was doing was making a difference. And then I looked at him and I just thought, you know what, this is not me.
What did you do to change the situation? What was your final straw?
Look, in domestic violence, the question you get asked all the time is, why didn't you just leave? You know what, I did. He found me within 24 hours. I still loved this man. And I stayed with him because it was safer at the time for me to stay. The final time, when everything came to a head, it was the less aggressive assault on me physically. But I remember looking at my twins' eyes and I can't do this to them. He's going to kill me if I stay. He's going to kill me if I leave. I've got to try. And you know what? At least if he kills me while I'm leaving, I tried.
It's amazing you have that thought that you're willing to be killed by someone like this. You have to have a lot of courage, I think, to actually make that decision to either report the person or to leave them. You obviously did report him.
Yes, I did.
Now, we can't talk about him, obviously, because we're calling him the abuser today.
Yes,
Now, he's up for charges. He's been charged.
He's already pleaded guilty to grievous bodily harm. The second trial and sentencing, there had to be a second trial because there's so many breaches of the violence restraining order, the bail conditions. So there's numerous charges, so they had to do a second trial.
So clearly you don't have anything to do with him. You've tried to get away.
No.
What gave you the strength to set up a foundation like this one? It's called Broken Crayon Still Colour Foundation. Why the name?
Well, remember when we were a kid and the crayons would break? They still work. They still colour beautifully. And, you know, I look at Broken Crayon Still Colour, and I came up with that name because I am a broken crayon, but I still colour beautifully. I want that life for myself. I want to be respected. I want to be the silly little clown I can be sometimes. I want to inspire. I want to find my final destination, which is, I call my love story. I want all that. Why shouldn't I have that?
And now
just
you're helping
because
other
I suffered?
people.
That's correct.
It's amazing.
The reason I started Broken Crayon Still Colour Foundation is when I left, I escaped my abuser. The police were wonderful with me. You know, I am considered state level domestic violence, which is most at risk of him killing me, and they have done everything for me. However, they've said, okay, you need to go to a refuge. He had taken all my money. I had no money. I had nowhere to go because I was so ashamed. I hadn't really told many people, and the people who did know got sick of seeing me black and blue, and they just sort of went away. And that's what abusers do. They isolate you as well. So if I couldn't find the resources to help me, I knew there were other women like me. There had to be. So I decided, you know what, if I can't find it, I'm going to create it.
Now, I know today we've only got 7 minutes and probably down to the last 3 minutes, but I want to go through your organisation. Tell me that in brief, the type of work you're doing to help people. What can people come and see you for?
Okay, so we help women and their children escape domestic violence. So we plan that to a T. Once we've got them out, we also rebuild. So that's counselling, that's, you know, the encouragement, the support. We will help with the court process, whether it's violence restraining orders or facing your abusers in trial. We also do cooking for a cause and food hampers. So cooking for a cause, we cook beautiful meals, we freeze them, and we will give them to our victims who are on the road to becoming survivors, because the last thing they want to do is cook or feed themselves and their children, so we take the pressure
So you're
off.
providing a lot of support services for these people, that the women being affected by domestic violence. There's other things you do as well, because you you discuss bail conditions with them. You also talk about restraining orders.
That's correct.
Tell me about some of the other things you do.
We, we also advocate fiercely to change our domestic violence laws and our bail conditions.
Now, there has been some changes, hasn't there, in the domestic
Very
violence?
slight, but they're not taking effect. They need to be, you know, don't just talk about it. Don't say you're going to consider
Do
it. Do it, because
And what do you reckon stopping us from doing it? Why are we scared? There's
it's the white
politicians.
elephant in the room. The politicians, I'm just going to put it out there.
Say it.
I make waves and I ride them. I am the voice for our lost victims, our current victims and our future. At the end of the day, the judicial system is failing us. It's signing our death certificates one by one. The politicians, you know what? You're in a position of authority. Use it.
As a person that's been abused and is still dealing with it, and you've got 2 children, and your accuser is up in front of the courts, how do you urge other women? What do you urge other women to do as a start? What are the signs they should be looking at, and what should they do?
Okay. Silence breeds violence. You need to reach out. Reach out to me. I will help you. You need to report. It's so terrifying. That entire thing is mortifying. But you know what? If you don't reach out, you don't report, not a lot can be done. I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know if you're struggling. But I can tell you that you're getting your voice back, you're getting your control back, and that is so empowering in itself.
Exactly. Rachel, I'm going to have you back because there's a lot more to talk about. We've just touched the surface today. You've got a website. We urge people to get in contact with you, even if it's just for advice.
Yes.
Let's give people your website. You want to call that out on the screen?
So it is Broken Crown Still Colour Foundation. You must put in that. We do so much on there. Come join us. I'm a Broken Crown and I colour beautifully.
Beautiful. That's the camera there, but that's okay. You did that very well for your first appearance. I know there's a lot more to talk about. You do a wonderful job, and I look forward to having you back. And can I just say to you, what are the signs, just quickly before we go to the break, what are the signs that friends like myself should be seeing in my friends if they are being abused? What are the telling signs?
They go quiet. They retreat, they make excuses. There's always excuses for the behaviour of the abuser. They will say it's going to be fine.
Yep.
Look for bruises,
Yep.
okay?
And that's the first sign, really. As friends, that's
Yeah.
what we should be saying.
Yeah.
Are you okay? Is there a problem?
Ask, you know,
Well done.
ask.
This is Rach Mack, and of course she's from a fantastic organisation called Broken Crayon Still Colour Foundation. We will have her back because there's lots more to talk about. I want to talk about the law and the changes. So will you come back?
I certainly will.
And I hope you come back after the break as well, because we've got more Couch coming up after this. Stay tuned. Well done. Welcome back to the Couch. Time to talk events here in Perth. We are in an amazing city, and we're leading the way when it comes to arenas and stadiums. And with us today is Julia Seymour from the Perth Arena. Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
It is nice to have you here. And I know that the Perth Arena has been around 6 years. Mm-hmm. And have you been around 6 years as well?
I haven't. I'm pretty fresh, but I feel like I've been there a long time. You know, the Perth Arena
place.
family is very welcoming. They brought me straight in. It was wonderful.
Tell me a little bit about the Perth Arena for those people who haven't been. How many people does it hold? Where are you located?
We're on Wellington Street, so we're right in the middle of the city. It's a really good spot. And most of our shows hold roughly 15,000 people. It's pretty big. And we love to host really big names.
You had Elton John there once, but the list, can you remember some of the famous ones you've had? I mean, they're all famous, really.
Who haven't we had? You know, Justin Timberlake, Bruno Mars, Katy Perry just came, Pink the other month. It's been fantastic.
Let's get the party started and talk about the events that are coming up very soon. You've got a whole heap of events, and we're hoping to do this every month where we get you guys in. You're going to promote a whole heap of stuff that's happening at our arena. Let's start with Cher.
Well, Cher's going to be pretty exciting. She's coming up very soon, the 12th of October. So put that one down in your diaries if you haven't already got it. This is actually her first Australian tour in 13 years.
And we're the first stop.
We're the first stop.
Isn't that amazing? They're doing that a lot now where Perth starts off the things and then it's like, oh yeah, they've been to Perth now, so they can go where they like.
Well, the thing is they normally do best till last, but I think now they're going, oh, best first, you know, start on a high.
It's
so
fantastic.
Perth Arena, straight
Now,
off.
Is she going to be performing for a couple of hours on stage? Is it all going to be live?
Of course, all live.
Because she's an amazing singer and a performer.
Incredible. And not just the singing though, but the costumes as well, because I know she's big into the costume changes and, you know, big sets, big colours, big bright glittery things. You know, it's going to be awesome.
And do you know what? She looks really good for a person her age. I think 21 now. I saw her in Mamma Mia too.
Yep.
Here we go again. She sang Fernando. If you haven't caught it yet, folks, you've got to catch her before you see the concert. But I think she's going to be a wonderful act. Do we have a lot of tickets still available?
Still a couple left if you're quick, so jump online to our website, pertharena.com.au, and grab yours now. You don't want to miss out because it's coming up very soon.
And can I just say, ooh, a very bad impersonation of Cher there, but you can catch the real one. Thank you, Julie, for your support there.
That was great.
The Wiggles. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
The
What's
Wiggles.
happening with that?
The Wiggles are exciting. They've only just gone on sale, but they're coming the 17th and 18th of November, and it's the Wiggle Pop Big Show. So it actually has Big Show in the name, so you know it's going to be impressive.
So what are we going to expect?
Well, it's all your favourites, so Emma, Lockie, Anthony and Simon, but then we're also bringing back Dorothy,
The
Wags
dinosaur.
the dog. Yeah, the whole team. And not only that, but we might get to see Santa as well,
Oh,
if you're really lucky and if you're a good
The
boy.
Wiggles have become a hit all around Australia, not just with kids, but adults as well. I reckon mums use their kids just to go to the Wiggles themselves.
Just to check out Simon.
When are the shows?
The shows are the 17th and 18th of November.
So just two?
No, there's about 5 shows going.
Ooh,
so
so-
all different times, whenever suits you and your kids, or just you
So
yourself.
it's not school holidays or anything, is it?
No,
I don't think it is at that
I don't
time.
believe it is, but it's a good weekend activity.
Great for the family. The Wiggles are an amazing group. 17th and 18th of November. If you want tickets, do we know the price of tickets roughly?
Yeah, between $37 and $39, so very affordable.
What a bargain. And
Perfect.
go on pertharena.com.au.
That's the one.
Now the next one is Sam Smith. Now he's a famous one. Everyone loves him. Great singer.
How can you not love him? He's
I know.
amazing.
I know what it's like to be a good singer.
You and Sam Smith have always been very
well-
tight competition,
Well, I
haven't
thought
you?
I might be able to perform just before him because we've got Shania Twain after that, and we've also got Andrew Rio. Am I pronouncing it right?
Rayu. Yep,
Rayu.
that's the one.
I thought maybe I can perform as well, but
We
tell
can
me-
squeeze you in, sure. No
I
problem.
reckon you can.
Yeah.
Just before them, the what do they call it? The highlighting act, the opening
Yeah,
act.
the
Thank
support
you.
act. It'll be great.
Sam Smith. What can we expect?
He's coming on the 20th of November, so you still have a little bit of time to get your tickets. It's not too late. And he'll be bringing all these big songs, you know, Too Good at Goodbyes, Stay With Me, Lay Me Down. And he's coming back to Perth, actually. This is
Really?
his second time. He was last here in 2015. So it's nice to welcome
It's
him
nice
back,
that they
you
come
know?
back. And I'll tell you, it's because of our venues. We've got amazing venues that are professional, and pretty good looking, and fantastic service.
Stop it.
Enough about me. Sam Smith on the 20th of November. Tickets again at pertharena.com.au. Now, let's have a look at Andrew Ryu, if I pronounce that right.
Perfect.
Now, he's amazing. Last time I saw him, it was on Neighbours. He was
On
doing a
Neighbours?
Yeah, they had him on Neighbours as a special act, but he played himself.
And he was also like in a love triangle with someone else?
Well, I think
or-
after that he probably was, but I can't remember if they just had him on as a special guest, and it was to do with someone loving. It was a romantic scene, but he was there in real life. He was himself, and he did really well.
I always thought Ramsay Street needed some more classical music, you know?
Well, enough. Yes, I agree
Missing
with you.
something.
You're saying I should maybe be on there.
Oh, of course. We
Right
have
now,
the
I'm
same
pretty
hairstyle,
busy.
so it's fine.
Thank you. Now, what can we expect from Andre?
Andre is amazing. He's actually returning to Perth Arena for the 3rd time, and he is quoted as saying, Perth Arena is the best hall in all of Australia, and I think even the world. So thank you, Andre. Very
Come
big
back
compliment.
anytime you like.
Yeah.
We'd love to have back. What are the tickets there? How much are they going to
They're
cost
looking
us?
pretty good for prices, all different prices and all different places you can sit. So you can choose whatever suits you, and there's still plenty available, so get them as well,
How many
pertharena.com.au.
people does it hold in the arena? Is it 50,000?
15,000, yeah.
15,000? Oh, we need to build on top.
Keep going.
15,000, a lot
better.
of people. And the greatest thing is, it is such an amazing arena. I saw bikes in there at one stage, just monster bikes and stuff. And from there, it becomes a concert for Elton John straight after. So it's an amazing venue. Andre Rieu, the sound's going to be incredible.
And they get a lot of the orchestra up and dancing as well. You know, they're in their big ball dresses and tuxedos, and then they get them up doing some tap dancing and a little bit of line dancing. I mean, simple stuff.
Sounds
but
good.
it is always very good.
And Shania Twain. Let's
I'm
top
so
it off
looking
with the
forward to
ending
her.
there. 30th of November, Shania Twain. Ooh, I feel like a woman. Am I auditioning really
Amazing.
well here?
So well.
If you need a backup, if anyone pulls out, you need a double.
Like if Shania pulls out,
Yeah, well, I could always
then you
sing.
can just get up on stage in your
Yep.
cowboy boots. Yeah,
Yeah,
perfect.
probably not, but I'll give it a try. What are we expecting for her? She's going to be a great concert as well. She's a great performer, great entertainer, and great singer.
100%. Actually, this is her first Australian tour in almost 2 decades.
Can't believe that.
Nearly 20 years. That's amazing. So it's so good to finally have it back.
Were you ever into her? Because I know you're a lot younger than me.
I actually was. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
Just recently, I was talking to my parents about tickets, and I was like, oh, would you like one as a birthday present? And they said, oh, Julia, it was kind of only you who was into Shania Twain. We were not really into it.
Really?
I was the biggest fan ever. I went as dressed up as her to parties and things.
And now who
not
works-
dressed up parties.
And who works at Perth Arena now? And the parents saying, you can't get us some tickets to Shania Twain. No, go online, pertharena.com.
I'll have a whole row to myself.
Well done. Well, we've got those 4. Let's highlight them again. We've got Cher, The Wiggles, Sam Smith, Shania Twain, and Andrew Rieu.
Perfect.
And fantastic. You can get your tickets from pertharena.com.au, and then there's a link there to the ticket people. Thank you for coming in. We're going to give away 4 tickets to the Wildcats as well.
That's right.
And this is how easy it is. We've got a code word. If you would like to win these tickets, there it is. Can you see what the code word says? There. Oh, she's looking around.
Oh, yep, it's a good one. It's a good word.
What is it?
Am I allowed to say it
Yeah,
out loud?
yeah.
It's Wildcats.
Wildcats. There you go. You need to put Wildcats on an SMS to 0439 929 929 with your name and address. And if you're lucky, when we pick you, you could go and see the first game of the season, I believe.
That's right.
4 tickets. Well done, Julia Seymour. You've done a great job, and we look forward to seeing you next month with more events from our great arena.
I can't wait. Thank
Well
you for
done.
having
Thank
me.
you very much. Now, because we're in the giving mood, we're going to try and give away a trip to Singapore. We've got one of our contestants. We're going to give them a call on the phone. They're going to fly the Dreamliner. There's Steve Collins, our travel guy. We went to Singapore recently, but the Dreamliner is amazing, such a smooth plane, and we would love you to win. We would love you to win. Now, all you have to do to win is pick up the phone when we ring you. Now, let me tell you who it is today. We've got Alan Cox from Endeavour Hills, Victoria. Let's give him a ring, Ben, and let's see. We'll give him 5 rings. If he picks up, he goes to Singapore. Here we go. Let's dial that number. Let's hope he's got the phone on. 1 ring. 2 rings. Hello? Hello, is that Alan Cox?
It is.
Alan, it's Fred Mafrica calling from the Couch TV program in Perth. Let's give him a round of applause. Alan, recently, I don't know if you remember, you sent in a code word for one of our airlines that's sending people
I
to
did.
Singapore. Do you remember what the
I
code
did.
word? What was the code word? Do you remember? What
You know
airline
I'm in
flies?
My car.
No, it starts with an S, also a C, a double O, and a T. Does that give you a hint?
Good.
Scoot, that's
Good.
close enough. You didn't have to give us the code word because we've already got it. Congratulations, you're flying to Singapore. What do you do at the moment in Victoria?
I'm driving to my son's soccer game, and then tonight flying to Fiji. To do
Oh, well, you won't.
missionary work.
You probably don't want to go to Singapore then.
No, I do want to go to Singapore. When can I go?
Who are you going to take with you? Do you know who you're going to take at the moment?
My lovely bride.
I'm glad you said that. You just saved your life. We're going to fly you to Singapore. Alan, thank you for taking part in the competition. We're going to send you the details by email, and then we'll get in contact. You can pick your dates, and you'll be flying something different called Scoot, the 737 Dreamliner. It's amazing. You'll love it, and thank you for entering.
Hey, you're more than welcome. Thank you very much.
And thank you
love
for
your
watching.
Program. Oh, I love your program. It's very good.
And I'm loving that you're watching us in Victoria as well, which makes it even more better. So thank you very much, Alan.
Absolutely. Okay, thank you.
Congratulations. We'll
Thank
talk to you soon. There you go.
Okay.
Alan's very
Thank you.
excited. Thank you, Scoot, as well, for supporting us.
I'm excited.
Oh, we know you're excited. Thank you very much. Bye to Alan. Let him drive safely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
There you go. That's Alan. Now, I'm excited too. Thank you to Scoot. We'll give away another chance next week for next month. So please watch next week's show and we'll give you another chance to win. Now it's time to settle us down and go to the Amazon with our very own Marnie Giroux. Over to you.
Thanks, Fred. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Wild Things. Well, today I'd like to introduce you to an incredible non-profit organisation who are pretty wild. They do life-saving work half a world away in the tropical Amazon jungle, and they need your help. Amazon Promise is a US-based non-profit organisation founded to provide desperately needed medical and dental care to remote populations living in the upper Amazon in Peru, South America. They have a comprehensive team of experts from America, Peru and Australia, and they donate their time to help others. It's truly an incredible organisation. Now, the founder and president, Patty Webster, is a CNN Hero and Caring Award recipient. Pretty incredible lady. And she started Amazon Promise 25 years ago after seeing the plight of the people in Peru. Patty worked closely with Shaman and Chief Ramon Ahuanza, apologies for the name, until his death this year to reach remote Ashwa, Quechua and Awahan Indigenous communities that previously had absolutely no access to healthcare. Volunteers form the backbone of this organisation, and both medical, dental and non-medical volunteers are required to help along the seasoned Amazonian and Peruvian staff. Now, they serve the needs of over 5,000 people each year. It's truly incredible. Now, the headquarters are in the jungle city of Iquitos in North Peru, and it is the largest city in the world that has no access by road. It truly is isolated in the jungle. It basically provides a year-round medical service for local people, also health education for the local residents. Medical teams are coordinated by Amazon Promise, and they utilise medical experts from around the world. So doctors and nurses come in and they actually assist the on-ground team right there in the jungle. Some of these volunteers will actually trek by boat, helicopter into some of these remote jungle areas just to get aid to people that really, really need it, as you can see in the images. Now, since 1993, Amazon Promise has conducted routine medical outreach, training and education in 32 remote villages, and in 2013 started programs to install rainwater catchment and composting toilet systems in communities, and this transformed and is currently saving lives. Baylen is a little tiny river community of around 74,000 people who suffer extreme poverty and lack the basic necessities of life. Open sewers, piles of rotting rubbish and drinking water contamination are rife. Children are malnourished, have disease, there is high instances of maternal and infant mortality, and living conditions are beyond comprehension. Amazon Promise, with the help of donors from France and Australia, built a rustic clinic in the middle of the poorest area of Baylen. And this was with a goal to provide free medical services for those people most in need. Recently, there was a massive fire in Baylen and it destroyed more than 20 homes in that very poor area. Many people with nowhere else to go are living in tents set up on the remains of their original houses. Once flooding subsides, the rebuilding of homes can begin again, but until then, the situation remains absolutely dire, as you can see from the photos. Amazon Promise, along with the Civil Defence Force, provided aid to those affected. Food and water was provided for 300 children and adults immediately following the incident. And Amazon Promise continued to work with the Civil Defence, local government and other organisations to help people get through this devastating time. You can help Amazon Promise continue their vital work to support these communities affected by the fire, but as well as in that region. They do their jungle trips, which is really vital, so you can assist with those, and that provides medical care and health education for those remote communities. A small contribution from you can do so much for this organisation. It's a hugely expensive undertaking, but Amazon Promise manages to provide the medical and dental care, lab exams, minor surgeries, and a host of other health-related services at an average cost of only $10 to $12 per person. Truly incredible. They are in constant need of financial contributions and donations to help fund the cost of these medications and trips. So if you can help, that would be fantastic. Their entire operation depends on it. And a truly incredible organisation. If you'd like to find out more about Amazon Promise and their vital work in South America, you can do so on our website at thecouch.com.au. Thanks for joining us today, everybody. Back to you, Fred.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Marnie. We'll see you in a few weeks' time with another great segment. And we will see you at the other side of this break. We're talking Cinefest Oz Festival coming up soon. Well done. Welcome back to The Couch. Time now to talk about the fantastic Cinefest Oz Festival. It's a film festival happening here in the southwest, and we've got Tanya Chambers with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you
Now,
so much.
Tanya, this is an amazing festival. Do you know how long it's been running?
It's actually been running since, I think it was 2008 that it
Nearly as
started.
good, isn't it? 2008, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Now, why is it only in the southwest, not in my suburbs here in the metro city?
Oh, look, it was created by these fantastic people down in Busselton who realised there was a connection between, obviously, the great French explorers and that region. And so they decided to set up a film festival that was only for Australian films and for French films, and this year, French-Canadian films.
Wonderful. Then there's 4 movies that are going to be judged, isn't there?
There are 4 for the film prize.
Yes.
So this film festival is the only one that has a $100,000 film prize.
Did you say $100,000?
$100,000.
Is that not the biggest prize ever?
It is actually a fantastic amount of money.
And how many films were they are listed for the judging? I know there's going to be finally 4. Do we get to see a lot of movies in this festival?
There's going to be, I know that there's at least 150 events, and there's everything from short films, Indigenous films, films that are for students that have done Cine Snaps, and then there's fantastic feature films, again, as I said, Australian, French and French-Canadian.
Isn't it an exciting time to be an Australian filmmaker?
It is actually.
So what's taken us so long? What is it about Australian films that we love so much? What do we do that's so good?
Oh, look, I think that every country finds their own voice through their films. And I think it's a really exciting time for us to have different stories being told. I think there are stories now that are being told that are reflecting more of the diversity of our community as well. So that's really important to me, because I think we need to see our society, our culture shown to ourselves.
And I think it is nice that you're doing the southwest, because the cities always get the highlight of everything.
It's true.
It's nice that we're moving away from the city, and we're not going too far, 2 to 3 hours out of Perth. Beautiful wine region, cheese region, and now movie regions as well. Tanya, tell me your involvement. How are you involved in the whole Cinefest?
Well, I'm one of the lucky people to be on the jury this year. So there are 5 jury members.
Now, you see, I told people that you were on the jury, and they said, is there a judge? And I said, no, jury. Tell us what you mean by jury, because we're not hanging the filmmakers, are we?
Some of them probably
You might
deserve to be hung now and again.
I thought
but, you
you'd
know.
say that.
We have the 4 films that have to be decided upon for the $100,000 film prize.
Mm-hmm.
And our wonderful jury president this year is Sigrid Thornton.
Now, she's wonderful. I know her from, she's one of my favourite actors from Wentworth on Foxtel.
I must say I'm addicted to Wentworth. I've watched every single episode.
I've watched
and
every Prisoner episode 500 times. I beat you.
Right back to Man from Snowy River as well. But
She's an
had
amazing actress.
superb career.
Do you know what I love
still
about
going.
her? Do you know she was one of the original actors from The Old Prisoner? She was actually
I
in
didn't know
Prisoner.
that.
You wouldn't, because I'm a big supporter of these.
big go.
But no, she was one of the original actors from Prisoner. She
Fancy
still looks
that.
pretty good in Wentworth.
Oh, it's-
And I think she's still middle 40s, 50s. I won't say too much.
It's a very scary role in Wentworth.
I know she is scary. She's a horrible person. She plays Sonia Reynolds, horrible woman, but she's a great actress. Now, you've got the guy from Rake as well.
Oh, Richard Roxburgh. Oh, Richard is magnificent.
Isn't he amazing?
And he's had a really fantastic career as well, right across films as well as television. But I do love his portrayal of Cleaver Green in Rake. And there's a new series coming up on the
ABC has announced
where
it.
he finally, having been disbarred, finally ends up becoming a politician.
How
and I
good
think
is
that's
that?
hilarious.
Sort of like retribution there. And Tasma Walton, we all know her as the other half of Rove McManus.
Yes, but I must say most recently, Mystery Road. So she
Really?
had a wonderful role in the TV series as well as in the feature film.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous actress, so that's really exciting.
So how many people on the jury?
There's 5. So the 5th person, other than myself, and I'm a film producer, so I've made feature films over here in Western Australia, but made them for the world. So I made a film called Kill Me 3 Times with Simon Pegg
know
and
that
Teresa Palmer and
Simon
Sullivan
Pegg, how
Stapleton.
funny is he?
Oh,
Great actor.
And what a gentleman. You know, wonderful, wonderful cast. And then I made A Few Less Men, which was wonderful with the gorgeous Xavier Samuel, as well as...
I know him too.
Yeah,
Interviewed
Chris
him.
Marshall.
Lovely guy.
And,
He was in a
Kevin.
movie, Xavier was in a movie to do with the Billabong story.
Oh, he was
He
indeed.
was a surfer with his brother,
Yeah.
and then I can't remember the name of the
Drift.
movie. Drift, that's it. No, I interviewed him here in Perth. You've got an amazing crew with you.
But I've forgotten one of them. So one of them, our lovely jury members, is Zare Nalbandian. And Zare is actually the CEO of Animal Logic. Now, most people probably don't know, but Peter Rabbit was actually an Australian film.
Are you serious?
So this hugely successful international film, massively successful, large-scale film, was created by Animal Logic, and it also did Happy Feet and all sorts of other magnificent films. So he is somebody who makes world-class,
He's a legend.
huge-scale films
And an
with his
Australian
team.
legend. Tell me something about yourself, Tanya. I asked you before off air whether you live here in Perth. Are you living here in Perth at the moment, or are you travelling back and forth?
No, I live here in Perth, based here.
Beautiful.
As a producer from here making films, you have to travel.
How hard is it being a producer?
It's pretty tough.
Because I know what it's like to do
I'd say
TV.
it's pretty tough.
It is hard because we're so far away from everybody. It's hard to get talent on the phone and on satellites and things.
Yeah, you just have to travel, as you said. It's really important that you actually make sure, above all, the stories are really strong. If you've got a really great, compelling story from wherever in the world that may be, that's going to be the first thing. And then you actually make sure you surround yourself with the great writers, directors, and then cast. But I travel a lot. I do internationally as well as across Australia.
And I love the fact you're an Australian, you don't give up on the film industry. And we need to, all Australians need to support the film industry. Because without buying tickets, without supporting the industry, we won't have one.
It's true.
And the actors need your support. I mean, it's okay to say, yeah, give you a gold logie, but you've got to keep them working, because if we don't have an industry, we don't have anything here in WA or Australia. Now, the movies that we're going to be seeing, there's lots of them. We said there's about 100 and something movies.
I'm not quite sure how many there are. Might be. I think there's something like 80 or so, but
That's
certainly
plenty.
there's
That's
lots
plenty.
of events.
Now,
and
they
what's
run-
special,
Yep,
I mean,
go.
CityFest Oz, what's special about it is that it actually is very friendly, very relaxed, but also importantly, it's actually for the general public. This is not an industry event where it's closed doors. You actually, I mean, you pay to buy tickets to events, but the actors, the directors, the writers, producers are very accessible. So they actually have a reputation at CineFest for giving everybody a really good time at vineyards and beautiful restaurants, and then in bars afterwards, and being able to cafes.
Sounds like a fantastic event. We need to support the people behind it. And CineFest Oz is happening from the 22nd to the 28th, is that right? Yes,
That's
26th, sorry, 22nd to the 26th. Where can we get tickets from? Let's have a look on screen. We've got a graphic with the super on screen. It is, of course, cinefest.com. CineFest Oz, I have to get the Oz in there. CineFest, it's on screen, cinefestoz.com. We want people to go there and get tickets.
Absolutely.
And there are plenty of tickets?
They're available now, plenty of tickets available. Events are taking place right across the southwest, so Busselton, Bunbury, Margaret River, Augusta, all around the place, and it's just going to be so much fun.
I'm looking forward to catching up with you down at Busselton, I reckon.
Fantastic.
It's going to be beautiful. And all those areas are wonderful. Thank you very much to Tanya Chambers. Good luck with your jury.
Thank you. It's going to be tough. Those films are very diverse and
Do you know
very
what?
exciting.
Whoever wins will win on their own right. They're great people, great movie makers. So thank you very much. CineFest Oz is happening very, very soon, the festival, film festival, and we'd love you to support it. Don't forget to get your tickets as well. Now, a good friend of mine over there says, Fred, you've cut into 2 minutes of my cooking. Igor, what have you got for us today?
Thank you very much, Fred. Today we're going to cook Italian cannoli from north of Italy. and then they're a bit different from the one
Welcome,
from
by the
Sicily.
way. Nice to have you.
Welcome.
Thank you, Tanya, over there too, but you're not coming over to eat my cannoli.
Yeah.
What a cannoli? Why do we call them cannoli?
So the cannoli, obviously, from the shape, it remind us the canon from the world canon.
So I like how you
obviously.
describe it. It's the shape.
Yeah, the shape, exactly. So they're a bit different from the Sicily one. This one from North.
The ones that we used to make when my mum, Calabrese.
Calabrese, yeah.
Mum
yeah.
used to put the pastry around the wood,
The wood, yeah.
and then
yeah.
they deep fry them.
Yeah, that's exactly. The
How
one
do you- how are yours?
from south, obviously they're fried, deep fry. The one from north, basically we use the puff pastry,
Yep.
and then cut in a stripes and basically fold
Okay.
around.
Can you show us how to make one?
Yeah, no
Let's
worry.
do it. How have you been? How's Piadina?
Yeah,
della
very
Nonna?
good, very good. Piadina della Nonna is getting busier and busier. So
Some people ask me, because I
Very
sent them to
good.
your website,
Yeah.
what's the address? I said, can you tell him to say it slowly? What's
yeah,
the
yeah,
address?
yeah. So it's 61
Yep.
Drover's Place.
61 Drovers Place.
on Wanneroo.
And the caravan's there every morning from what time?
From 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock.
Beautiful. And someone rang me the other day and said, you've got beautiful coffee.
Yeah,
She said
yeah,
other things
yeah,
too,
the
but I said,
coffee.
no, we only talk about the
It's
coffee.
very, very good. Freshly ground and freshly brewed,
Now, do
very,
you ever
very-
find the women or men try and flirt with you to get a free coffee, or they come up and say, well, I like Italian? Claire's not watching.
No,
don't worry.
no, she wasn't there.
Ah, Claire.
sometimes.
Yeah, all right. Claire, you're watching this. Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
So yeah, we cut already our pastry,
Yep.
and we got our tube here, and basically what we're going to do, we're going to fold it around like that.
Oh, wow. So you actually wrap them around the
Yeah,
middle.
wrap them like this.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So, and then basically we try to close a little
And
bit
you've
the
got a
bottom.
very small cannoli there.
Yeah, this is a call like we call in Italy mignon because they're very, very
Mignon small.
Yeah. So basically, for to stick the bottom,
There you go, pass you
basically
some
we
water.
just thank you very much. We just get
And
a
what are
bit of water.
these bird seeds?
That's hazelnut, ground hazelnut.
Oh, you do them at the end.
Yeah. Exactly. So so basically this is the pastry. When it's ready like this, it's going to be baked in the oven, 180 degrees.
You'll cook them, no
Yeah.
frying,
No,
cooked in the oven.
180 degrees
Yep.
for 25 minutes.
Now, what's special about the custard? Because you know, a lot of people think they've got the best cannoli base, but the custard is terrible.
Yeah.
What's the ingredient? What's
the custard is we call in Italy, obviously, crema pasticcera. It's basically this very shiny custard that is made with the skin of the lemon and two or three egg yolk, and it's very,
So
very
those
good taste
people
of
who
lemon
make,
and
those
vanilla
people who make
flavor.
custard at home with just the custard powder, this has got a few extra things. Lemon.
Yeah, lemon
Cream.
and vanilla beans.
And do you put eggs
Yeah.
in yours as well, or not? Because my sister puts eggs in her cream.
Yeah, I put the egg yolk. There's a four egg yolk basically.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and
Now,
a bit of sugar.
if
yeah.
people miss the recipe,
They can find now we made a section on piadina.com.au.
There it is,
There's
online.
the couch on the couch section.
so if you miss any of the recipes, don't
Yeah.
worry. If he's talking too fast,
Yeah.
there's no excuse. Go on that website,
website,
piadina.com.au, and check out the couch segment and all the recipes.
and
are
you
there.
will see even all the recipe from the couch.
Beautiful. Now,
So-
this cannoli, how long do you leave that in the oven for?
So this is for 25 minutes.
Yep.
But I'll teach you like a quick trick.
Yep.
So basically, to make them shiny on the top,
Yep.
we just put a little bit of water.
Just
before-
water.
Like that. And
Not
once we
egg white.
did that,
Yeah.
we dip them in the sugar like that,
Wow.
and then place them on the tray like that.
And that gives
and
it
then
the gloss.
Yeah, exactly. But there's another quick trick. The last 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
basically we put a bowl of water under the oven, so
Yep.
they increase the humidity of the oven, so it makes the caramelize of the top.
It's a little bit of a trick there.
Yeah.
These are the
yeah.
things we don't see when people make
Yeah.
cannoli.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
how long does it take you to make that custard?
The
custard.
custard is not very long.
Mm-hmm.
Probably around 6-7 minutes. Like depend. Like obviously you have to boil the milk but it's quite quick.
So have you given us the recipe on your website?
Yeah, they
Beautiful.
can find a recipe of the custard and a recipe for our
And
puff pastry.
is there a
as
puff
well.
pastry that you prefer, or do you make your own?
This is I make my own.
Oh, wow, you do that as well?
Yes. But obviously, I'll put the recipe on our website.
Yep.
But you can buy already the puff pastry from Course of Uvus, obviously. Yeah.
I'm just going to go in the oven
Yeah.
because I'm going to get the one. Ooh,
Yeah. That's the
Oh,
baked one.
mamma mia, look how hot they
Mamma
are.
mia.
You are lucky. You are so lucky that my hands are bionic. I feel nothing. Ooh,
Yeah. Ooh.
I could swear in Italian now, but I'm not going to. Let's show us how to fill one
No,
up.
all
very
right. Yeah, we can try with one.
Okay.
So just we got this one.
Is there a
We're
way
going
of
to-
taking that
so
off?
you get the-
Ooh.
Yeah, it's quite easy to take it
Oh,
off.
why don't we do two while we're at it?
Yeah. Just
I'll get you to fill one and I'll fill one.
yeah, no
And
worries.
then we'll show the people at home the ones we've
It's
already
it's quite easy. So you grab like this,
Yeah.
obviously, and then place it in. Wait until we fill up, and like that.
That looks
Yeah.
beautiful. Pop it on that plate. there if you
One
like.
we did like this. There's a quick
Oh, that's how they get the
thing.
nuts on the end.
Yeah, that's right. And there you
It's
go.
always good to have some nuts at the end.
Yeah.
Can I just try that?
for it.
Here
Just
we go.
press from the
I
bottom
learned.
a
There.
bit.
Press from the bottom.
And wait until it. Oop, there you go.
Oh, that one's got a little bit too much.
Yeah, it's much easier.
Oh,
Good casta.
far too much. I like to sprinkle my nuts.
This is a surprise I made for you. These are made with different cream. It's called Zabayone cream, and it's made with a Marsala wine. So you have to try this because they are a bit different. You'll find my recipe of the Zabayone
Oh.
cream on the website as well. Yeah, they're very, very.
Here we go.
They're my favorite.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia,
bellissimo.
bellissimo.
That one.
Yeah. That's the flavor you got is the Marsala
Is it
wine.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's a bit alcoholic. Yeah,
think
yeah.
our
It's
crew
not
will
good for
love this
kids, obviously, but
It's
yeah,
a shame for our underage.
yeah. But it's very, very
Beautiful.
good.
If people want more information, what's your website?
So website piadina.com.au, and yeah, they will find all our recipes.
Cannoli, mignon cannoli with
Mignon
custard.
cannoli.
The custard's on the website, the pastry's on the
Pastry's
website,
right.
and these ones are just for me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming
No
in.
worry.
Give us the address again where the van is.
Yeah, 61 Drovers Place.
At what time tomorrow?
8 o'clock and 12 o'clock.
Beautiful. Catch you in there. That's Igor from Piadina della Nonna. Thank you very much. We'll take a break. Be back with Talking Radio, Youth Jam Radio after this. Yum, this is beautiful. Welcome back to the couch. Time to talk community radio, local radio. A bunch of young people and a couple of middle-aged people helping each other to make something called Youth Jam Radio here in Perth in the northern suburbs. We've got the team in today. Let me welcome them. We've got Isaac.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming in. Ben, thank you for being our middle-aged volunteer.
Thanks for having us. This is really a great opportunity for us.
He's probably going to say, no, I'm only 12. That's okay. And thank you very much to Naveen for coming in today. Now, can I just give you roles? You're the CEO.
Correct, yeah.
Ben, you're
Deputy
the
manager.
deputy manager. And we've also got Naveen, who's one of the announcers there. Tell me a little bit, Isaac, of why a 16-year-old like you would have the interest to start a little radio station.
Well, I used to work for 98.5 Sunshine FM last year, and it was just an interesting thing. And radio really it has the power to create a positive message. And I just thought, well, let's do something like that. And it's just been a hobby and an interest ever since. And it's
So do you think, did you say to yourself, I want to be an announcer on music station? Do you want to do talk? Do you know yet where you want to go in radio?
well, I've always loved music. Music it just has a power, really. It's incredible what music can do. And I've always loved talking between songs and just hearing the music itself. It's just a wonderful key, and I've always loved music.
And what did your parents say when you say, I want to start up a radio station, apart from, no?
Well, they've always been concerned just because of study, but they've always been supportive, and they've loved that we're doing it for the better, and it's not another secular station. That we're doing something good for the community, and they love that.
And I'm assuming the power price has gone.
Oh yeah, just a bit.
Now,
yeah.
tell me a little bit about the radio station that you CEO.
So I started Youth Jam Radio last year in 2017 in March, and the aim really was to provide a positive alternative for our youth, something that there's nothing like us in Perth. It started off with about 50 to 100 listeners a month, which was pretty small, but now it's grown to the thousands and it keeps on growing. The aim, as always, is to be a positive influence to our city.
Why do you think it's growing? Why do you think more people are getting in tune, even though you're online? What do they like about Youth Jam Radio?
Whenever I get feedback from listeners, it's always that we're a positive influence. That's what they love. The music is safe.
I read that you've taken out all the negative.
Yeah, we never have negative on a network, and it's something that people will love, and they've always SMS'd in saying we love that you're positive and that there's no swearing, no sexual references, all our stuff is safe, and it's very positive.
So I'm picturing if the weather's really bad outside, you say, it's a beautiful day outside, sunny and bright, or do you say, it's a beautiful, miserable day outside?
Well, exaggeration's always good. We kind of try and say, it'll get better. Summer's a couple of months away.
Just don't give up.
Exactly.
Now, Ben, tell me about your role. You're the deputy manager. What does a deputy manager do? Now, you used to live next door to this young man.
Yeah, that's
and he
right.
obviously, there's a contractual agreement.
Well, it helped actually being a neighbor, right? So, to me, at the same time, I'm also a digital guy, so I work in digital world as well. So, to me, I love digital and anything that digital can help improving people's lives. So then I talked to Isaac, and then he came with the idea of digital radio. I thought, hey, this is a great thing, and especially knowing that this is actually coming from a youth, I thought, rather than directing that energy of youth, the creativity into other things, digital can help as well. So that's where I'm helping him.
And you know what? It's the future, isn't it?
That's right.
Everything's going online. Look at Netflix.
Exactly.
If it didn't work, it wouldn't be there. And I don't know why it still works. But Netflix is doing well. Community radio.
Yeah.
Any sort of radio online. America's done it for years, and people love it over there. There's more digital than main stations. Naveen.
Yep.
Do I need to give you this microphone? Are you one of those announcers who says, "Good afternoon, it's Naveen," or do you just keep your normal voice?
Nah, I just keep my normal voice.
Yeah, I remember going into a Fremantle radio station years ago as a guest, and the guy was like, "G'day, Fred, how you going?" And I'm saying, "Yeah, good. We're going to talk about this, that, and the other." I went, "Oh, that's all right, Rob, no worries." And then as soon as the microphone went on, it was like, "Hello, Fred, welcome." And I said, "Where did you put Rob?" And what's the ingredients you think of being a radio announcer on Youth Jam?
You have to stay positive, and you have to realize that you're talking to like young people, so you have to be mindful before you speak.
But how old are you? Because you're only in year 12, aren't you?
No, I'm in year 11.
Year 11.
I'm 17 years old.
Oh, wow, you're such an old person. I love the way you're going, you have to be mindful that they are children. You're a child as well. I mean, the only people that aren't children here is probably myself and, of course, Ben. Put up your hand, Ben. There's two of us, 2 to 2. Do you love being an announcer?
I love being an announcer, yes, because like I get to communicate with people. I like to show my enthusiasm, get people involved and all that stuff.
Naveen, obviously you've got an incredible radio station. You're going to continue and maybe down the track be an announcer, maybe on 6PR or maybe on 96 FM. Is there a future that you see that you'd like to work in?
Yep.
And are you a training ground, guys? Do you train young kids to maybe get some experience in radio, maybe down the track join the media?
Yeah, we offer a lot of training courses for anyone of any age, and it can be for anyone from like year 5 to year 12, and plus that as well, adults.
Fantastic, saying from a 16-year-old.
Well, yeah.
Look, I think you're doing a wonderful job. The station itself, is it funded by government in any way?
No, we're all community.
What does that not surprise me? Government not funding anything community.
Yeah, yeah, we're all community.
Thank you, Premier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Prime Minister. So how do you rely? What do you need from people to give you a bit of cash?
Yeah, so we're
poor
always...
old Ben's run out of money now.
How can you guess?
I've been there.
Yeah, so we rely on all our listeners to contribute financially, as well as advertisers. They're all key financial...
What can you offer people who want to join your radio station as a supporter, sponsor?
Well, if you're a business, we can offer you advertising that will get listened to by many different people of different ages, different races. We have a big listener base.
I love the fact you reflect the real Perth. We're a multicultural society. Yeah. You've got a multicultural, so look at all of us on
Exactly,
couch.
yeah.
We've all got a different background. We're not all from Australia where we were born,
definitely
but
not.
we've all become Australian and we love it here. I think your radio station's amazing work. For a 16-year-old and 17-year-old old man in the corner there, and Ben, wonderful adult role model for for these kids.
Thank you.
We want more sponsors, we need more money, and we need more volunteers.
Yeah, yes,
And
please.
can you fit them all at your place? Do they have to sleep overnight?
We can fit them somewhere.
What's the website people can go to for more info?
www.youthjamradio.com.
Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
if I came and worked there, would I be able to say, Youth Jam Radio, good afternoon?
Oh, of course, we'd love that.
Good to have you,
It's a shame I don't do that very often. I'm so used to 882 6PR. But thank you very much. Good luck for
Thank
the
you.
future. We'd love to have you back, and
Appreciate it.
we'll give you some more promotion.
Awesome,
And anything we can do to help you in the future. Good luck.
Wow,
Thank you.
fantastic.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you to the guys here. We've got a couple of them sitting on set as well, which you can't see from here, but well done. And great future in radio. That is it for us today. Thank you very much to all our crew. Thanks to everybody today. We're going to go out with a lovely lady who opened the show earlier on. Her name is Mayra Paki, and the beautiful self-written song, Original. It's called Running, and that's where I'm going. I'm going to be running out the door because we're out of time. See you next week. Bye-bye.
I'm close to tears, just thinking where I turn to. I have no fear being who I want to, and if I really stop and think, if you really want me to be. I'm trapped inside of my big old head, in my big old head, 'cause I'm running just as fast as I can. I'm seeing everything I want to. It don't matter if you reach out your hand. The guidance of love pull me through. It's been 3 whole years. I'm still wondering and I'm searching for the reason, there just has to be. One day I'll see. And if I really stop and think, I will be. You will see, 'cause I'm running just as fast as I can. Seeing everything I want to. It don't matter if you reach out your hand. The guidance of love will pull me through.
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.